football fans. This is Rachel George for Friday Night Varsity Flashback. We are in Week 9 in the heart of the conference schedule. We are out here at New Hanover for a Mid-Eastern game between Ashley and the Wildcats. We'll have highlights later in the show from that game, as well as highlights from South Columbus and North Brunswick. But first, let's get started with a big Tri-County matchup, Pender at Wallace-Rose Hill.
Pender undefeated in this one, going to the Dog Pound to take on a very good Wallace-Rose Hill team. After a scoreless first quarter, Pender gets on the board first with this determined option keeper from quarterback Collins, who breaks 2 tackles, jukes the safety, and outruns the rest of the Bulldogs for a 33-yard score. Pender was able to win the field possession battle in the first half, thanks in large part to the return game of J.D. Powell. That helped the Patriots utilize their ground game, and Josh Johnson took a Collins handoff and scored from 10 yards out to take a 14-7 lead still in the first half. But Wallace found its offense late in the game, scoring the go-ahead touchdown with 1:08 to play, and the Dogs rallied to beat Pender 27-26. The Patriots fall to 6-1, while the Bulldogs take the Tri-County lead with a 6-2 overall record and 4-0 conference mark. Now to Legion Stadium, where Ashley quarterback Zach Finnegan and the Screaming Eagles offense had all they could handle in the New Hanover defense. The stingy Wildcats defense was in the backfield all night, no matter if the Eagles threw or ran. Ashley managed just 36 yards of offense in the game. New Hanover's offense was more successful. Talik Wilson got the scoring started with a 4-yard score around the end. Later in the first quarter, Jordan Betts finds Jameel James in the end zone for a 33-yard touchdown. And getting into the mix later in the game was Tevin Mishu, who pounds one in from a yard out, and New Hanover goes on to win 28-14, improving to 6-2. And finally, North Brunswick hosted South Columbus in a Waccamaw Conference clash. The story in Leland was the Scorpions' defense early that set the tone. On the second play of the game, Chris Hamilton intercepts South Columbus quarterback Brian Riggins. Then North Brunswick went to the air. First, A.J. Perkins hits Bud Lennon over the middle for big yards. Then Perkins shows his playmaking ability, extending the play on the rollout and making a Brett Favre-esque jump lob to Kyrese Myers for a 13-yard touchdown and an early lead. Then the Scorpions' defense settled in once again. Lennon lays a devastating hit on South Columbus's Rontonio Stanley. Let's look at it again as Stanley comes up the right side and Lennon comes out of nowhere to take him out. North Brunswick lost the lead but was able to pull off the overtime 27-21 win to improve to 4-5 overall and 2-2 in the conference. South Columbus dropped to 4-4 and 1-2 in the Waccamaw. Now let's take a look at other scores from around the area. New Hanover topped Ashley 28-14. Hoggard improved to 2-0 in the Mid-Eastern with a 35-7 win over New Bern. Rose beat Laney 14-6. In the Waccamaw, East Bladen remained undefeated, beating West Bladen 28-0. North Brunswick beat South Columbus 27-21 in overtime. Whiteville also needed overtime to beat West Brunswick, winning that one 22-21. In the East Central, East Duplin remained undefeated with a 49-21 win over South Lenoir, and Topsail fell to Richlands 24-14. In the Tri-County, James Keenan beat Lakewood 13-8. Wallace-Rose Hill took a conference lead with a 27-26 win over Pender. Hopton topped Trask, and Union beat Midway 27-7. In the Three Rivers, East Columbus earned a 41-0 win over Red Springs, and West Columbus beat Fairmont 22-8. Finally, in the Coastal Plains, Dixon fell to East Carteret 26-8.
Well, that's it for us this week. Be sure to check back on Wednesday as we preview all of the Week 10 matchups. But for this week, I'm Rachel George for Friday Night Varsity Flashback on StarNewsOnline.com.